Hey there, how's it going? It's Lord Char1892 and today I'm bringing you guys a build video, but this is an early game best possible start build video for strength class Unga Bunga. So here on the screen I'm showing you the items that we're going to be collecting to have the best possible start: anvil hammer and 3 enhanced versions of throwables: enhanced lump hammer, enhanced bloody axe, and enhanced radiant parchment. For the accessories, we're going to get the ring of duty, the mine owner's ring, the warrior claw. We're also going to be upgrading our sanguinarics or Estus flask, as some people know it, a couple times till +3. We're going to get the eye of Loash, and we're going to upgrade our weapon to a +2. You could push it to a +4 if you want. Now, if you found the video helpful, make sure you do subscribe, make sure you like and comment the video. I really do appreciate it. Now, also shout out to IGGM. They did decide to sponsor me and give me a little code. You know, your boy out here finally making some bread. All right, so let's get to the video. So first thing you're gonna want to do is when you start your new game is pick the werewolf, because it does start off with the best possible stats, which is +16 on strength. Right, we do need to get that to an 18 so we can wield the hammer, but that's so easy, you don't even gotta worry about it. All right, so you need to progress through the game, right, through the tutorial area and through this first little mini area, which is still basically the tutorial. The only thing you have to keep in mind, you need to make sure you are killing every enemy you see. Don't skip any of them, because we do need to amass a certain amount of vigor, which is kind of high. It's 18,000 vigor, but it's doable. Okay, it's not that bad. Don't worry about it. It's good. You're Gucci. You'll be fine. Now, once you get to the vestige of Mark of the Axe, which is the one you saw right now, right, you need to take these 2 enemies out, because this is where we're gonna get the very first ring. This is the mine owner's ring. It is a stamina ring. It's gonna help with our stamina regeneration. Since we are a strength class and we are gonna be wielding a heavy hammer, we need a lot of stamina. So you still need to progress more through the game. I did cut it out because it's quite a bit, right? But it's all linear. You can't get lost. And it does hold the very first actual boss fight, which is, for me, actual boss fights in this game are boss fights that drop their sword essence so you can get boss weapons. So it's part of the intro. So once you kill that boss, you get access to our main hub area. And I don't want to spoil it for you. I don't want to spoil the fight for you, so I'm gonna leave it out of the video. If you do die, though, you need to make it a priority to get back your souls. Right, that has to be your top priority, because you can't lose any souls. Okay, now make sure you remember to upgrade your sanguinarics. It works as an Estus flask if you played other Souls games. Okay, so we're gonna progress a little bit through. Remember to always be talking to the NPCs you meet along the way and exhaust all of their dialogue, because they do start quests and stuff like that. Right, but for our purposes, we're not gonna really do too much with them. So this is the first kind of open area. Now, this is not a full walkthrough of the area. This is not a full exploration. I do go and pick up some items, just because, you know, I see shiny stuff and I want to go and get it, just because, you know, that golden retriever energy. But the only important thing you do have to always remember is kill everything you see. All right, we're currently at 12,555 souls, which is where you about should be if you're at this point. Make sure you're following along correctly. All right, we are going to drop down to get that shiny item I saw, because it caught my attention, but that is just some beryllium shards. They're used to upgrade your weapon. Okay, so keep killing the enemies. Go up into this church looking like building. We're going to get another vestige here, and this is going to lead us into our very first mini boss fight. Now, the reason I'm calling it a mini boss fight is because this enemy will get reused a lot later, and it does not drop a remembrance or boss soul, so you don't get any weapons. So that's why I call it really a mini boss. Right now, this boss might take you a little bit, because it does have some attacks that can two-shot you or stuff like that. So if it does take you a little bit, don't worry about it. Just remember, make sure you pick up your souls. Alright, and then once you do beat it, right here on the right hand side, it's gonna be another one of those holy umbral bellies. Make sure you soul flay it so you can get a saintly quintessence. That's the item used to upgrade your sanguinarics, also known as Estus Flask. Okay, once you get up here, make sure you Sparta kick that guy, because fuck that guy, and you'll find out later why those people suck. And it's required, it's mandatory. You always have to kick those guys off the ledge. Okay, so at this point, you should have 2 umbral seeds. They're used to create temporary bonfires or vestige points. You're gonna put one here because we need to teleport back to Skyrus Bridge. And now you should have 18,882 souls. And we're gonna purchase the Pilgrims Perch key from our good friend Stormhound here. Okay, so you go back to the vestige seed that you planted, right? You can go into that room and get that armor set if you want it, but we're not gonna use it till later, till like I'd say the second part of this guide, because this guide, I'd say it has 2 parts to it: the basic build, and then you can take it a little bit further if you're willing to do some boss work. You can take it so you can get your weapon upgraded further. Right, so like I said, I am gonna put some timestamps into the video so you can skip around if you want to, because as I've seen other videos, or when people want to see where to get items, they want to see the whole run. So I left the whole run in here so you guys can follow along if you need it. But you know, but also put some skip points if you don't want to see everything I'm doing exactly. Now if you are struggling with those spiky hair dudes, just remember that they are kind of dumb and they will run off of ledges. So if you get them to chase after you, just, you know, hop down a ledge or something and they'll just fall off. Okay, so this brings us to our next point. This ladder right here holds another ring that you can use if you don't want to get the ring from Stormhound. It's gonna hold the defaced ring. The defaced ring increases your vitality, meaning you get a little bit more health, but it's not better than the ring of duty. That's gonna give you a little bit more health and a little bit more stamina. Go ahead and pick it up. Make sure you slap it on. Don't forget, because sometimes, you know, I do forget. I forget that I picked it up. But we're just gonna keep going through the run. And like I said, you know, if you've already done this, if you're still early in the game and you want to switch to strength or whatever, or you're just gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna roll a new character anyways, so you can skip this part if you want to, because basically we're just trying to get to the Bellroom. That's where we're trying to get to, or that's where we need to get to, just so we continue with our item hunt. And we need to also unlock the NPC that'll upgrade our weapons. Her name's Gerlinda. She's locked up in a cage, and you know, we need to kill an enemy, give her key. But that's where we're trying to get to. So, you know, like I said, just keep watching. If you already know where the Bellroom is and you want to skip, you know, go ahead and do that. But we're gonna keep progressing through, taking out these enemies. Now right here, I want you to pay attention. You see, I took out that ranged enemy, and I had to use 3 of those hammers that my character became equipped with, just to take him out. Once we find the enhanced version of those hammers, they do like about 300 damage comparatively. So those hammers will be one-shotting these little enemies. Okay, so now you just need to make, that's a little umbral puzzle. You just need to make it through. Across the bridge. It's not difficult or anything, so, you know, I don't know, you just gotta do a little jump here. Alright, then go again. Now the only thing that stresses me out about this game is when they ask you to platform. That's the most stressful I get in these kind of games. Platforming in Souls-likes, that's a whole new level. Okay, so we got that blade. We're gonna push down that ladder because that'll act as a shortcut up, because we are gonna drop down and get that shiny item that caught my attention. And you know, I tried my best to ignore them, but I don't know. It's like if I'm a goddamn moth and every shiny item just attracts me to it. It's that golden retriever energy. Anyways, go ahead, go back to where we were. Take that shortcut we unlocked with the ladder. Go up, and then this is where it's going to give us access to the Bellroom. Right, you go here, turn left. Now make sure you just run past those enemies and get to the vestige. Rest right away to reset. Okay, so right here we're going to put 2 points into strength, taking us from 16 to 18. All right, and then we're going to use the Bellroom key to go into this area. Now this is a late game area. You are not supposed to be in this area. It's one of the reasons why the developers increased the price of the key by so much. They wanted to discourage people from coming in here way too early, but you know, we got to prove to the developers that we're always going to do things the wrong way. So anyways, make it through here. Try not to fight anything if you don't have to. Well, don't fight anything because they're just going to kill you. All we're doing is we're just looting, right? We're pretending like we're in the riots. We're just running around picking everything up we see. Okay, so just pick up all the items you see me get. Put a seed right there because that's going to be a middle point, just so you don't have to run as far as back. Now, you know, evade all these enemies because they are going to one-shot you. Just everything shiny you see on the floor, pick it up. Okay, now you see that ledge over there? Do not go over there. Restricted area. That's going to trigger a boss fight. Okay, so just keep going through the level. Right, evade everything because you can't really do much with your level 14 ass. Okay, keep going through. Right, pick up that item, run away, and we're gonna get to another safe spot, another vestige point right here. Vestige of Dieter. Okay, behind him is gonna be a ring you can pick up. It just gives you a little bit more health whenever you use a health regen, sanguinarix, but it is what it is. Okay, in this area you are gonna die a lot of times, right? Because it's like I said, we're in the end game. This is where you pick up the hammer. So that item we got right there on the ledge, that was a hammer. Okay, so you see, it's brutal in this area, so don't worry if you die. Now also, if you do die, do not try to recover your souls. If you're following along, at that point you should have only had like 1,200 or 1,300 souls. It's not worth it, to be honest with you. Just keep following along. You can drop down this ledge right here, hop over onto this bridge. You're just gonna ignore everything and try to get to this umbral belly right there just to get that item. That item is the Saintly Quintessence, another upgrade for our Estus Flex, so to say. Okay, like I said, you know, you die, it's okay, doesn't matter. Because the good thing about this game is whatever items you pick up, even if you die, you get to keep. So that's what we're gonna abuse. And so there's more items in here. This is where we're gonna find our first enhanced throwable, the enhanced parchment. It's an enhanced version of like a holy grenade that you can get, and it's pretty good because it does like 400 damage per throw, which, you know, it's amazing. Now those two items there, you could just ignore them if you want. It's just a umbral catalyst and some luck based items like a rabbit's foot. Okay, so just keep progressing. Keep going through here, and we're going to be getting another enhanced throwable here. So that's the enhanced lump hammer. Very good throwable. So once you go up, you're also going to need to go to this left side over here, because this umbral belly has the Eye of Loash. Right? That is the best umbral eye for any strength build. Right? So just keep going through. Now that ladder is going to connect us all the way back to Skyridge Bridge. It's like a closing the gap kind of shortcut, so to say, but not really. You just want to go through it because you want to get that connection and drop down the ladder down, so in the future you can use this. Okay, so keep progressing, right? And remember, don't worry if you die. You are going to die a whole bunch of times. It does not matter. What matters is that you get the items. Okay, so keep going through. We're making our way all the way back because we need to go see the NPC that lets you equip those umbral eyes, which is Mohu. He's just right here at the start, just this time to the left. You do have to be in the umbral realm to see him though. So go ahead, talk to him, make sure you exhaust his dialogue, and then equip the eye into your first socket, which is the Eye of Loash. Go ahead, put that in. Right, now what that does is every time you charge your weapon, you're gonna have this, we're gonna call it an invincibility shield, right? Basically, any damage you take while charging will convert that damage into umbral damage. Now in this game, you cannot die from umbral damage, so we're just basically, that's what we're gonna be abusing, so to say, because as you charge your heavy weapon, you'll take damage, and once you land a hit, you'll regain all that damage, or you'll regain all that health. Okay, so here's another little area. Now you see that one hammer throw, one shot at the enemy. All right, so that's why, you know, we're calling this the best possible start, because normally you wouldn't get that enhanced hammer until very late in the game. Okay, same thing, you know, spiky boys, deal with him as you will. And oh, don't do that though. No, that's just me being dumb. I just evaded to the wrong side and fell. But this is another area, if you've already known about this area, you can just skip. But you know, for the sake of people being their first time or not really knowing the levels, I'm gonna leave it in. If you go down here, this is where you get an item to be able to use the boss weapons. Right, so make sure you get the Elm Belly, and make sure you kill this, I think they're called Umbral Wombs or whatever, or not really sure, but they're gonna give you a vestige seed, because we are gonna need to plant another one. So up there, make sure you do plant your Umbral seed up there, just so you have a easy restart point, just in case you die. But we are back to the point where you need to be watching your souls. Make sure if you do die, you go back and pick up your souls. You should be about 2,400 at this point. All right, and we're just making our way all the way back, just so we can get to the point where we unlock the Blacksmith, which is Gerlinda. Okay, so if you, it's a little trick, just, you know, jump down there though. You can get the drop on some of those enemies. Now right here, there is a cage dude, so make sure you're ready for him. He's right there hiding in the corner. So as soon as you drop though, he's gonna come get you. So I just like to go down the ladder a little bit. Okay, so once you deal with that spiky dude, this is another umbral puzzly area, so you just need to go around flaying all these little things that block the door. You are gonna get some items here too, but you know, just go through it as you will. Make sure you don't die. If you do die, make sure you go back and you get your souls. Okay, that's the last one. Okay, just keep going through this area. So in this area, we're going to be getting quite a couple of items, mainly the warrior pendant and the blacksmith. So you're going to go down here, down this ladder. The blacksmith is in that cage behind you. Take out these dudes just because they are annoying, and they're going to get in the way when you're trying to fight the people that, or the enemies that are down there. Okay, send that elevator up just so you have that quick access point in case you do die. You just respawn at the bell tower and you can take the elevator down. Okay, so go ahead, fight those. Now right now I'm going to show you just how good this hammer, or having a heavy hammer, is. Normally this guy would be terrible, that's hard to kill, but look at that, 2 shots, 3 shots technically. And since it is a heavy weapon, a heavy hammer, it flattens them every time you hit them with the charge attack, so they don't even have time to do anything. Now that works for most enemies. You know, some giant enemies obviously it's not gonna work on, but most enemies you are gonna be able to cheese like that. Okay, this area we're gonna get the warrior pendant. Now don't fight anybody in here because you're not gonna win. Right, just do your best to evade everything. Alright, go up the ladder. And now you're safe. If you do die, it is going to be a little bit difficult. But if you do die, come back down. Skip the bosses at the floor. Run over there. Pick up your souls as best you can. Try to make it as close to the door as you can. Because when you do revive an Umbro, it does the shockwave that'll push them back. And that should be your time to escape and get to the ladder. Okay, now this is another mini boss in the area. It's just after defeating those pilgrims on the bridge. Okay, now this one I am gonna leave in, right? Because I want to show you how good the hammer is. It just flattens the boss just like that. And it's great. I remember every time you do a grievous strike like that, it does give you iframes, so abuse that as you will. But basically you just run around smacking this boss like it's nobody's business. Right? So just evade, dodge, run around, do your charge running heavy, and it'll just flatten the boss. And look, we just chunking damage. Alright. There it is. That's the boss. Okay. Go down this corridor for a little bit, or this little cavey area, just so you can unlock another vestige, another teleport area. Okay, so we're going to use it to teleport back to Skyrest Bridge. We're going to talk to Pieta right here. We're going to upgrade our Sanguinarix or Estus Flask. We're going to use the 2 more Saintly Quintessence that we found during our item run. Right, that's going to put us at a +3 on the Saintly Quintessence. You should have 5 uses. So that's a+ start right there. Next, we need to upgrade our hammer. So I'm gonna talk right here to Gerlinda. Make sure you go through her dialogue. She's gonna tell you about some quest about finding some tablets that, you know, makes everything better in the future. So upgrade your hammer. We should have enough materials to get you to a +2, right? And then next, after that +2, you need some better kind of materials for the enhancement. And we're gonna get the ring right here at this point, which is the Ring of Duty, which will increase your vitality and endurance. Okay, so basically that's the first version of this build. You have all the items to make a wonderful start at the game if you're going for pure strength. You know, max Unga Bunga. You can do this. You can just, you know, pound every enemy you see. So if the video did help you out, make sure you drop me a subscribe. I really do appreciate it. But if you stick around, you can upgrade that hammer 2 more times to get it to a total of +4. But you do need to put in a little bit of work. We need to go take on another boss. Now remember when I showed you an X on the screen where I said do not go to the left of that cave because it'll trigger a boss fight? Well, essentially that's what we got to do, because that boss is blocking off an area that holds a chest that has some upgraded materials, so we can take this hammer to a +4. Okay, so if you don't exactly remember where it is, just, you know, keep following the video. I'm doing the run back now, but from the vestige that we unlocked earlier. So here it is. Remember this bridge, right? Remember when I said do not go to the left? Well, this time we're gonna go to the left. But before we do that, we're gonna plant a vegetable seed right here, because we are gonna be dying quite a bit. Right? It is a little bit of a difficult boss because, again, we are only level 16. Okay, we've only increased our character 2 times, so to say. Okay, so after you saw me get a spell called a Deer's Hardness. It's a pretty good spell, but it's you need an Infernal Catalyst to use it. Okay, so I was fighting him for a bit, and then I'm a firm believer in your outfit makes you play better. So I decided to change outfits. This is the outfit you get from the locked area in the Pilgrims Perch starting area. Okay, so remember, retrieve your souls. He does do holy damage, so if you want to use holy resistance, here's your chance. Okay, now so because this is a heavy weapon, it staggers him every time I hit him. So basically all I'm doing is just I'm whacking him and then I'm going back. I'm whacking him and then I'm walking back. Now that time was some bullshit, right? The terrain somehow elevated me and I couldn't get the kill. Now, whenever you see him do that move where he hits his head with his hammer, it creates a shockwave. That shockwave will kill you in one hit. So what I was doing is I was just regular blocking it. You can roll through it if you want to, but I don't recommend it. Okay. So again, right, make sure you take away his eye protection, whatever. So basically the strat you're going to be using is you're going to be baiting him, charging your heavy hammer, and then whacking him with it as much as you can till you break his poise, and then keep whacking him again. Okay, so once you master the whack-a-mole minigame, we're going to progress a little bit through that opening that you see. Okay, and then I put my regular outfit back on because now it's time to explore again and I can't be heavy. Okay, so those were some upgraded materials right there. Right here, here's another enhanced throwable, the enhanced bloody hatchet. Okay, just skip those guys and you're gonna open this chest right here. Alright, and that chest has the next upgraded materials that we need, so we can get this weapon up +4. And conveniently, it just wraps back around to the Bellroom, so we're good. Teleport back to Skyrest, and we're gonna go seek Linda one last time, so she could upgrade her weapon. And we're gonna start off this game with a wonderful +4 anvil hammer. Alrighty, and there you go. This is the best possible start for a strength class build in Lords of the Fallen. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. See you guys in the next one.